What's up, fellow gamers? This is your friendly neighborhood Dynamite, and today we're going to talk about Starfield, so stick around as we go over what to expect from this new Bethesda IP. Now that we have what should be the final release date later this year, it's time to go through what we can expect from what should be Xbox's biggest release of the year. Before looking into the future, I'd like to review the studio's past for a moment. The first Fallout game was praised by critics, and so was the second one. The foundational structures of this game was praised for their ingenuity. Those games give you the freedom in character creation, gameplay, dialogue, and the world building was awesome. Fallout 3 and New Vegas carried over these concepts. The system stunned us by their complexity, so much so that we forgave a lot of smaller bugs. Since the world of Fallout is kind of humorous and even a little goofy, some dark humor in there, it was kind of par for the course. This carried over to other games, like when Skyrim came out and we heard the arrow the knee phrase about 1,000 times, and dragons were flying backwards. We laughed at it, we empathized because of how bunkers the quests were, the huge sandbox that they allowed us to play in. We were just grateful at that time. The thing is, a lot of other games started to provide open world RPG mechanics, wastelands, and open worlds to explore. By the time the Fallout 4 and 76 came out, gamers expected more from the studio. And here we are now. With the empathy running out, gamers want to be amazed by Starfield and they expect a polished product. They want a next-gen Mass Effect or No Man's Sky with impeccable presentation and intricate storyline. They want combat to be satisfactory and exploration to be taken to a new level. With that being said, we need to temper our expectations. It's a lot of pressure to expect a 10 out of 10, although it could certainly happen. But let's not get lost in the sauce. The game is built over a new engine, but the Bethesda touch is clearly visible from the start with the character creation. We seem to be able to select from various styles and looks and then fine-tune them. The staples such as face and hair can be selected, but the often forgotten body type is also there, along with the odd but appreciated walk style. The traits were optional and provide bonuses and disadvantages. Backgrounds, which provide 3 starting skills, and the gameplay reveal that displayed how the background chosen may be reflected in the game's dialogue, but we don't know how extensive it's going to be. Is it going to be referred a few times during our playtime, or maybe just in the beginning? The progression and the skill system seem to offer various options to suit your playstyle and can be upgraded by using them while completing challenges. I think it's fair to say that this aspect is something we know they can't nail. I can see a great number of us having fun with this. It just screams replay value if it's implemented properly. Now, without diving too much into the details, we know that the story takes place in an established world. You're approached by the Constellation, some kind of explorers and researchers with whom you come into contact with after being exposed with a special artifact. There are multiple factions, as we know. You can join some of them. With thousands of lines of dialogue, this could be a game with extensive storyline or multiple dialogue selection, or a healthy mix of both. One thing seems to be clear, is that the tone is definitely more serious in Fallout. With that being said, there should still be a lot of fun opportunities as well. It also means that if there are goofy bugs, they might stand out a little bit more than usual. With an incredible level of planets to explore, these locations have randomly generated assets that will mix and match certain terrains and biomes. We expect more carefully handcrafted assets to be placed along the critical path. We also know not to expect every planet to be densely populated. Some might be there only for table dressing or to be able to gather materials and resources. They also mentioned that your outpost can be constructed on any of these planets. Now, with all these planets to explore, creatures to encounter, items to scan, find, craft, and random encounters to discover, will Bethesda incorporate the best practices of today, or will they push the envelope when it comes to their approach to play discovery? We know what they're capable of, so players should find more encounters and opportunities that will offer mysteries and rewards tucked away in space and on certain planets. It's space, so yeah, spaceship. On this topic, we know that you can pilot your own ship and more, but they've made it abundantly clear that you can customize your spaceship. The footage shown clearly was from a vendor's menu displaying multiple parts that seem to be interchangeable to upgrade your ship, of course for a fee. And I'm curious to see if cargo space is a factor in this question. Will there be some ways of transportation while on the surface of some planets that is different from your own spaceship? Space combat was revealed alongside the fact that we can switch between a cockpit view and a third-person view. Combat is said to have more of a space sim aspect as opposed to a fast-paced, twitchy dogfighting game, though it is still said that there is a little bit of that in there, just not as much as some action-focused games might have. You must manage your ship's power systems strategically. We saw shields, engines, and drive systems, as well as 3 weapon systems. It also confirms that you can dock with other ships and even board them. Now, the gameplay, which is very important for me, is still in question. Fallout was not known as an incredible shooter, but I really want this title to be, though. In the past, they were able to supplement the shooting mechanics with the VATS system. What will set the combat in this game apart from the others? In the end, they will have a chance to answer any questions or doubts that remain floating around Starfield when Todd Howard and the team display the awaited showcase, and hopefully we'll have hands-on previews coming from the outlets as well. I really care about how the moment-to-moment gameplay feels, and I really do expect deep systems. This has been your friendly neighborhood Dynamite, and see you in the next preview.